If you need to build an HIPAA compliant patient portal, we have you covered here on Knack. So let me show you how right now. Welcome to Knack. My name is George, and on this video, I'm going to show you how to build your HIPAA compliant portal. Now, you'll have all the flexibility of Knack, but being HIPAA compliant. Now, if you need to know more, check out the link in the description and jump over to the HIPAA compliant so you can sign up for the HIPAA package. You'll have a specific hosting that's HIPAA compliant. You'll have end-to-end encryption and a whole lot more. So check it out and read for yourself all the frequently asked questions so you know more about the HIPAA compliance account here at Knack. So let's get started building our patient portal. Okay, so in this case, this is our main dashboard and it's super easy to build in HIPAA compliant patient portal. So if you want to start off from a template, that is possible. You have several available options here, including the healthcare category. So you have all these available options to create your patient portal right here. Now, my favorite feature is generating it with AI. That means that we have the flexibility of using what we personally need for our patients, but generated via AI. So that means that the portal will be generated with our own needs. So the idea here with AI is to tell it what you actually need so it can generate it for you. In this case, I need sections. For example, I need a login option, view their medical history, access test results, so on and so forth. And I tell it in the AI section what I need. But it doesn't stop there. We can actually add more sections into our portal afterwards. So in this case, let's get started. AI will do its job and it's going to generate a portal for us really quickly. All right, our HIPAA patient compliant portal is now ready and it generated for us automatically with AI 4 data tables, which is medical records, appointments, and more, 5 pages, and 3 user roles. Here we go. We now have our HIPAA compliant patient portal ready to go. It was generated with AI. We have several sections available generated automatically. Then these sections are generated based on our needs. So that means that we have a section for patients, the dashboard, medical records, appointments, doctors, messages, payments, etc. And we're able to modify every single aspect of these sections. So if I select the add patient, I'm able to edit the section where we add the patient. Or if I select any of the elements here, I'm able to edit the settings over here. Now, if I need to preview the actual portal of how it's going to look for the user who is logged in, I'm going to go to Live app. And this is a way to view the actual section that you've selected. Or I can go to patients, here, dashboards, medical records, and all these sections are generated with smart AI that is going to generate sections that we actually need. Now, if we need to create a new section, I'm able to do so by clicking on the plus button and adding a new section and adding new elements into this section, which is a really robust system that's going to grow with your needs. Now, these are the pages. Now, I would recommend that you lock pages since they are generated with AI and they are not locked in by default. I can lock individual pages by locking it by clicking on the menu here, protect page with login, and I have options here. So new users register to access this page. I can say yes or yes with pending approval. In this case, I'll say yes, and which logged in users can access this page. I can specify which user role can have access to this specific page that I've just selected. So maybe just patients will be able to view this section, doctors too, and administrators. So in this case, all of them. Or if you just want to do all logged in users, go ahead and select that there. I go ahead and add login and I'll be able to lock this. You can see this is now locked, but not all pages are locked. So do consider that when you are locking this. Now you have options, go to access and change the specification for this individual page. Now, if you want to lock all the pages, go into the gear icon, go to user logins, and in user logins, you have these options. I would go ahead and select, for example, secure individual pages with the same login. I go ahead and save this, go to pages, and they are all locked now. So it's a great option to go ahead and lock them in and then go ahead and select individually who will have access to these. Now, to view the user roles, we're going to go into the sections where we have our users. Now, in this section, there are 3 user roles that were generated with AI, which is patients, doctors, and administrators. By default, you will get some data here so you understand how it works. You can go ahead and wipe all of this and start fresh, okay? Now, in this case, we are viewing patients and we're able to view each individual section right here that was generated with AI. It helps us understand how it works. Now, if I need to view fields only, I go ahead and click on fields and I'm able to modify the fields in case I need to remove some of these fields that are not needed, or I can go ahead and add a new field in case I do need to add a different type of field here that might be required for us to keep track of our patients in this case. Now, there's also options for the page access from here, so we can set them Now on the right, we have connections. Now in this case, you can see that it's already tied to the patient section. So medical records to patients, appointments to patients, messages. And this was generated with AI, which was super easy for us and practical to get started really quickly with our patient portal. Now, if you need to create an individual connection, go ahead and click on connection and set your connection settings right here. There's also the validation rules to set conditional logic, conditional rules. There's also tasks available here in case you want to generate it. So several options available. Now, one of the most important parts that you're going to find here are the tables. Now in tables, it's similar to the users where we're able to view each individual record here, but in tables are super important because this is where the data is going to be stored. So that means that every single time that a medical record is created, we are going to view it right here. We're able to view it, we're able to modify it, we're able to manually add a record really easily right here. You can see the section just popped up down here, and I'm able to add a record really easily here. Same thing goes with appointments, messages, and payments for each individual table that was generated right here. If I need to create a new table, I can go ahead and do so by clicking on add a new table, and I'm able to do so with Google Sheets, a pre-made table, an Excel CSV, or a blank table for us to manually add the fields right here or do them through the form that's generated. So each individual patient can fill it out and generate one of these forms in case you don't want to tie it to the medical records, to the appointments, etc. Right? And I also want to show you that it's super easy to modify the look of your portal. So right now, my custom theme is activated by default. I go ahead and select it, and I'm able to customize the look of my portal. So you can see here that I'm actually viewing the portal, and I'm able to modify these sections by changing the style, the fonts, the table designs, and a whole lot more through here, even the layouts. And I can change the theme to a different one if I like. So I can go ahead and select default Knack theme, and it's going to change. And I can also modify the look to that one too. So several options available. Now I do recommend that when you get started, go to your settings and go through the process of filling out your core settings, security settings, go to data and compliance to make sure that you are on the HIPAA plan, to make sure that your patient portal is HIPAA compliant. Now you can see how easy it is to create an HIPAA compliant patient portal here on Knack. So you can get started right away. And the best part of all is that this will scale with your business. So it's a no-code solution to start right now with a portal that's going to grow with your business. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.